Film Festival. This is, it goes without saying, that this is more than a great honour. I have one of these already. I have a little silver one for the screenplay of Naked, which I came and received 21 years ago. This is very beautiful, and thank you. You forced me to reflect on my lifetime's achievements. And I can only say that I think when I do reflect on these things, that I have been fantastically lucky, because I have had the good fortune to make 20 full-length films and lots of other things. And nobody has ever interfered with any of them. Nobody has ever interfered with the content, or the form, or the casting, or the editing, or anything. I've been allowed to make the kind of personal films that we in world cinema, by which I mean world cinema as opposed to Hollywood, which is a separate disease on another planet. The thing that we believe in world cinema is independent films, is the real independence, which is people being creative without censorship of any kind. It's an especial privilege to receive this here in Sweden, which of course is one of the great filmmaking countries in the world, and has been forever, for a very long time. And of course it's a great home of independent, truly original, inspirational filmmakers. I spent the first 17 years of my life in the city of Manchester, where I never saw a film that wasn't in English. I saw lots of movies. I went to the pictures, as we called it, all the time. You would always see 2 films in a programme, and there were lots of little cinemas all around the districts. But every film I ever saw, until I was 17, was either a Hollywood film or a film in English. And then I went to Leigh to train as an actor. And within 3 days of arriving in London, I found myself in a cinema watching The Seventh Seal. Now, if you can imagine growing up in the English provinces in the 1950s as a teenager and only ever seeing British and American movies, and then experiencing The Seventh Seal, I have to tell you, that was a profoundly traumatic experience. It is not for me here to now deliver an entire history of Swedish cinema, but I have been, as most filmmakers have, been inspired by a whole range of the extraordinary films that have come out of this country. Beginning with Bergman, and some people could argue beginning and ending with Bergman, but beginning with Bergman, ending very recently with my recent discovery over the last few years, last decade or so, of Roy Andersson, and especially in the middle, those very special films that, in relation to a question I was asked today, I feel very emotionally close to, which are the great films of Jan Troell, who I think is a great filmmaker. So I reflect on these things, and I have little else to say, except that apart from the trouble I'm going to have with British Airways, I am very, very grateful for this indeed, and I won't keep you waiting any longer. Thank you very much.